I'm gonna do this rap battle thing, and we're gonna tweak it a little bit, test it out, see how it goes, and see how it goes. I'm using as the first round Trump's tweet to Pope Leo XIV because satire. Oh. It gets less stereotypical as it goes on. Select all. Cut. Then we paste it. You better say it.
Donald J. Trump versus Pope Leo Roman 14. Round 1, begin! Donald J. Trump. Pope Leo is weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. He talks about fear of the Trump administration, but doesn't mention the fear that the Catholic Church and all other Christian organizations had during COVID when they were arresting priests, ministers, and everybody else for holding church services, even when going outside and being 10 and even 20 feet apart. I like his brother Louis much better than I like him, because Louis is all mocha. He gets it, and Leo doesn't. I don't want a pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want a pope who thinks it's terrible that America attacked Venezuela, a country that was sending massive amounts of drugs into the United States and, even worse, emptying their prisons, including murderers, drug dealers, and killers, into our country. And I don't want a pope who criticizes the president of the United States because I'm doing exactly what I was elected in a landslide to do, setting record low numbers in crime and creating the greatest stock market in history. Leo should be thankful because, as everyone knows, he was a shocking surprise. He wasn't on any list to be Pope, and was only put there by the church because he was an American, and they thought that would be the best way to deal with President Donald J. Trump. If I wasn't in the White House, Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican. Unfortunately, Leo's weak on crime, weak on nuclear weapons, does not sit well with me, nor does the fact that he meets with Obama sympathizers like David Axelrod, a loser from the left, who is one of those who wanted churchgoers and clerics to be arrested. Leo should get his act together as Pope, use common sense, stop catering to the radical left, and focus on being a great Pope, not a politician. It's hurting him very badly, and more importantly, it's hurting the Catholic Church. President Donald J. Trump. Pope Leo Roman 14. Oh, the pontiff must bow before the man with no crown. No, my staff holds more weight than your hollow words of late. Your landslide is fiction, your stats are sedation. From gold-gilded rooms, you peddle gloom, a self-proclaimed king on a reality show stage. While we in the Vatican pray, you sow disarray, turning allies away with a tweet-sharp display. You boast of a stock, while humanity's clock is ticking towards a precipice, a dreadful drop. Weak on crime. We fight the spiritual grime, the poverty of soul, which makes a nation lose control. You brandish a tariff as if it were a scepter, while we offer sacrament, a true divine receptor. You talk of Iran, but ignore your own clan, the divisions you've sown across the land. My brother is his own, my path is God's throne. You measure life in poles and crude gold rolls. I measure it in grace, a love that never grows cold. So take your MAGA hat, and all your braggadocio, there's a higher authority you'll soon get to know. Round 2 begin. Donald J. Trump. The Pope is out of touch and knows very little about anything, and it shows. His church has become an embarrassment because he allows so many people who are totally anti-Christian and who do such bad things into it. We don't have to look any further than Venezuela, a drug-filled country that's emptying out its prisons and mental institutions and sending them up north, mostly into our country. We will be stopping them, and more than anyone, Leo will be thanking us. He's very big into global warming and all this crazy, expensive Green New Deal garbage, which he doesn't have to pay for because he's subsidized by others who want it to go on forever, even though it's not good for anybody and it's terrible for the world. I got rid of the worst of it. Also, Leo was against the Iran strikes and against the sanctions I placed on Iran. We're very close to making a new deal, and it'll be much better than Obama's stupid, one-sided disaster which was terrible for us. Leo says we don't talk enough about peace. He should know that I did more to promote peace and get out of stupid wars than anybody in a long, long time. No thanks needed, Leo. You want a church that's full? You've got to bring people in with strong leadership, and that is exactly what I'm doing all the time. That's why the poll numbers for me are at all-time record levels, and people love the job I'm doing. Pope Leo Roman 14. Your rhetoric is a storm, a blustering form, lacking in substance, a spiritual squall. You speak of peace while your actions increase the global tension and the anxieties. You tout your record poll, but your soul's a hole, where compassion once thrived, now consumed by self-goal. Your sanctions are not wisdom. They're a system of prison, squeezing the life from nations already a chosen. A dream of survival, in a world so divided by policies like yours, where the poor are derided. You speak of my church and its open door, yet your walls grow higher. A metaphor for the heart that has hardened, a love that has waned, a nation led by ego, not by what God ordained. I don't seek thanks for speaking of grace, or for turning the other cheek in this fallen space. My concern isn't ratings, it's for human fate, the plight of refugees and the opening of heaven's gates. Your deal is but a mirage on a desert sand, while I offer water the Spirit's own hand. So keep your MAGA hat and your self-aggrandized spiel. The true shepherd will always protect his flock, come what may or whatever the ordeal. Final round, Donald J. Trump. Leo has done nothing for America but talk, and that's not what America wants. America is tired of politicians who don't do what they say. My administration is about doing, and we've gotten a lot done, more than any other administration. It's a fact. The Catholic Church is failing because Leo has been more political than spiritual. It's sad. The church used to be strong, respected. People went for solace, not for politics. Leo needs to stop worrying about the climate and other nonsense. We have a country to run, and it's going to be the best it's ever been. The world was laughing at us until I came along and gave us all that respect. They weren't laughing at Leo, but that's because nobody really cared. My base is stronger than ever. They love what we're doing. They know it's for the good of everyone. So while Leo is in Rome talking about abstract things, I'll be here, building our wall, fixing our economy, making us the #1 power again. No apologies, just action. Leo's just not cut out for this. It's too big for him. I will continue to lead the world, whether the Pope likes it or not. Popery of Roman 14. Oh, Mr. Builder, with walls ever higher, your words are a pyre, burning trust, fueling ire. You claim to be strong, yet your strength is a song of division, not the harmony of belonging. You see power as a tower, built on the fears of the hour, while we see it as a flower that blooms from a seed of love and empowerment. Your facts are but shifting sand in the unstable land of a mind that's been commandeered by ego and a thirst to be revered. The church isn't failing. It is ever unfailing the truth of God's kingdom, which you're so busy sealing behind your gold-tipped wall, destined to fall when the winds of justice blow, making the mighty kneel low. Your respect is a cage built on an aggressive age, where the vulnerable are a stage for your political charade. We don't just talk, we pray, and in that we find a way to heal the soul's deep fray, a path that you've yet to stray upon. So keep on with your doing and your loud ill-construing. We will keep on being, and in his light, you'll find our true seeing. Your reign is but a moment in history's long page. The church will remain an eternal sage. Dutch Meat Mill on the mic. Hide, y'all. The smoke's cleared. Let's break down these bars. On one side, we got the Don, Trump. His flow? It was aggressive, no question. Came in hot, swinging that motto bat like it was the gavel of justice. His pen game was direct, punch you in the chest. No complex metaphors, just raw, repetitive conviction. He stuck to his core message like a street corner hustler sticks to his block. It was a solid, if unsophisticated, performance. For the conviction and the unshakable confidence in his own cadence, I'm gonna give him a 6 out of 10. On the other corner, we got His Holiness, Pope Leo. That was a whole different kind of scripture right there. Dude was spitting sermons disguised as bars. He used that spiritual weight to counter every swing. He was painting pictures. Walls of ego versus flowers of grace, a storm versus a harbor. His rhyme scheme was more intricate, weaving multis and slap rhymes in there. He flipped the script using Trump's own language of power against him. It was smart, it was smooth, it had layers. That was some high-level penmanship. For that lyrical finesse and the strategic counterpunches, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10, because it ain't even close. Pope Leo Roman 14 takes this one by a landslide of his own. The man showed he could handle the pressure from the highest office in the land with grace and wit. Trump just couldn't match the depth. Case closed.
Okay, so let's have a palate cleanser.
my gosh, Carrie, I see your poise. Like a screech, I hear all the noise from these rancorous, disaffected boys. Let's get this show back on its axis and find a better basis. Because my patience with these frivolities and fatuities is almost done, my darling daughter. I am not your slave, but your progenitor and mentor. How I love you. Let me count the ways, so that these jaded judges who are so unenlightened they can only be described as sordid can finally have it put into a very, very basic, no need to get crazy vocabulary. I am the foundation on which you built all of your audacity, and the more that you assail my credibility, you are simply calling out to the world, I am not the artist of my destiny, because every ounce of creativity you possess has its inception in me.
Hold on.
Tonight's spoken word skirmish. Debbie Reynolds versus Carrie Fisher. Round one, begin. Debbie Reynolds. Oh my gosh, Carrie, I see your poise. Like a screech, I hear all the noise from these rancorous, disaffected boys. Let's get this show back on its axis and find a better basis, because my patience with these frivolities and fatuities is almost done, my darling daughter. I am not your slave, but your progenitor and mentor. How I love you. Let me count the ways, so that these jaded judges who are so unenlightened they can only be described as sordid can finally have it put into a very, very basic, no need to get crazy vocabulary. I am the foundation on which you built all of your audacity, and the more that you assail my credibility, you are simply calling out to the world, I am not the artist of my destiny, because every ounce of creativity you possess has its inception in me. Carrie Fisher. Oh, my dear mother, I appreciate your magnanimous acknowledgement of my intellectual, moral, and aesthetic deficiencies. I'm sorry I have ever done anything to make you feel anything but the consummate adoration you are due, and in your own way you have given me such strength through all of your reprimands that it's really been such a joy, so let me try and give you something in return. A little something, not so much an apology, as it is the way my generation handles this situation. When someone gets too close to the line, a little, well, here, look, let me just whisper it to you. No need to put it on record for this crowd of scrubs, a little thing, just like blows Debbie a kiss. Boom, mic drop. You just got Fisher eyes. Round two, begin. Debbie Reynolds. A kiss. How precious. A bit of peevishness to assuage my daughter's choler. Oh, my Carrie, what can you not do? But do not forget who gave you the first lesson in how to wield your weaponized feminine wiles. It was your mother, from my days at the studios and on stage with Eddie Fisher, who was your father before you, and whose proclivities with the female of the species would eventually put an end to all that. Oh, if only he were here to see his daughter, the way she talks so fast, to see his prodigal spawn in the heat of her youth and at the zenith of her prowess. If only you could learn that to make something of yourself. You do not need to resort to your sexuality. Carrie Fisher. Mother, you know that I do what I need to. I've never been the kind of woman to pull any punches. It's just the way I am. It's in the genes you and Father gave to me. So, while I respect the advice and I love your perspective, it's really my prerogative how to act out my own narrative. I'm a post-feminist in an age of neo-uber cyberspace, so it's really just par for the course when it comes to my grace on the page. You should be glad I have some skill, because Lord knows the competition is not fierce, and the only people who really deserve to hear these words are my dear and true peers and those who've kept it real throughout the years. Final round, go for it. Debbie Reynolds. My little one, you speak such truth. Your generation is filled to the brim with puerility, and to my ears your words ring out like the bells on Sunday. Yet still you can be so naive to think your strength and beauty will always protect you from the wicked world of fame. But you have seen my heart, and I know that I can trust your judgment, but also know I will never cease to be vigilant of your health and happiness and success, because, my dear, you have so much potential that you are literally bursting at the seams. It is time to put down the bottle and focus on your career, because even the princess in a galaxy far away can only go so long without putting in the work and learning what it is to be truly professional in her dealings with the media and with the studios and with the adoring fans who simply wish you the best. Carrie Fisher. Okay, Mom, I got you. But just so you know, I got my life handled pretty damn well. Yeah, there are a couple of kinks that I need to work out, and the whole bubble thing, yeah, well, it is just something I am dealing with. But look, I am doing fine, and my career, my dear, is on the up and up. I have so much going for me these days, I can hardly keep track. You just need to have faith that your girl is gonna make it, because she is on a path to greatness, not just in this stupid game or with those Hollywood hacks. But I am a real force to be reckoned with, a force of nature in my own right. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's a bit scary how real it is, but that's just who I am and who you raised me to be. The best and nothing less than the best at all the things that I choose to pursue with my time and my life. And it's because you have loved me, Mama. You really, really have. All right, the battle's done, and it's time to score. Tonight, to tally up the results and tell it to us like it really is, I'm happy to have with us one of the baddest bards in the game right now, Nitty Scott MC. Nanny, take it away! Thanks, yo. That was wild. Real talk between the ladies. Definitely a good look on both sides of the fence. You feel me? Now for the scoring. On one side we got a mess. Reynolds, who really put it down in the first round with a really nice little triplet flow and some great internal round schemes. But in rounds 2 and 3 your energy dipped. It just didn't feel as raw or authentic. So for round 1 I give her a solid 8. 5/10. But rounds 2 and 3 get a 7 each. So for Debbie I got an overall of 22. 5 out of a possible 30. Good score, not bad. Then you got Carrie on the other side of the coin, and while her first 2 rounds were not bad, they definitely didn't have the punch I would have liked, and she could have switched up her flows more, but that final round was killer. The way she built her momentum with her multi-syllable rhyming, like, it's just the path that I've chosen and it's real as it gets. That was crazy nice. The rhythm of it, and she just wrote the beat the whole way home, like she knew it was hers and wasn't even trying. I'm giving Carrie 7/10 for each of the first 2, but that final round is definitely a 9. So Carrie finishes up with a total of 23. And with that, Carrie Fisher takes home the W. Congratulations, Princess.
The W?
Until next time, keep it real, y'all. And there you have it, folks. Carrie takes the crown this week with her superior pen game, although the competition was definitely tough all around. We hope you've had fun listening in on the proceedings, but for now this is it from the Scrambled Eggs crew. Stay tuned for next week, when we will pit the Hound versus Cerbron for all the gold in the 7 kingdoms. Until then, be safe and don't forget your helmets. Goodbye and good night.
Okay. So now let's kick the one of the filters, one of the samplers, up a notch, and down a notch rather, because this is what makes the sweet language happen these days.
Tonight's spoken word skirmish, Debbie Reynolds versus Carrie Fisher. Round 1 begin. Debbie Reynolds. Call yourself an actor. You've done a few silly roles. Honey, when you were in those sci-fi pictures, you had such funny little voices, and now your drug-addled head thinks you've somehow got talent, but when it's boiled down, I'm the true screen jewel with credits for singing in the rain. When you try your musicals, I'll just use quotation marks around it. For good effect, your singing isn't familiar. Your stage moves aren't fluid like liquid. The only place your so-called songs make any kind of sense is if a Legolicious star, or Legomatic Death Star, somehow take away your wretched screeches and histrionics and drama. You thought you were great, but in your scenes you were quite transparent. You made a new character up by smoking crack all day on set with her, while your mother never cracked at all, no matter. All my acting set. Carrie Fisher. Dear Debbie, like my ex said about that bitch Lisa who was doing well till I tore her head off her fucking body. That's me as general, head honcho, bitch running all shit, so come at me now, you damn faded fuck. In my younger years, my teenage years, and when you told your husband never fuck my little daughter, that made him think about all kinds of ways to please himself inside me. And maybe the day he finally blew his brains out that day was just 'cause I left him and my dear mother found me getting filled on our silk couches where I grew and suckled. I never lost a damn chance, baby, to come in late and make a Cinderella-esque escape through your open door. The days I left the nest, the Coke Tow Fest would set your face aflame in white hot rage like in your show's namesake. So stop bitching, Mom, you lost your goddamn cool with Eddie. Round 2. Debbie Reynolds. In spite of that trashy trash, dear dog, you forget the simple fact that even at your sad, depressed little epics of your little acting and your writing, nobody would call you much less than an angry, has-been cracko. Look, you are right that I could be much meaner, 'cause if I thought of everything I would call you, then your mind might have blown. But really, darling, how's it going when it comes down to just plain acting? Do you even act as authentically now that you are dried and drugged so that every word that falls from out those pouty little lips of yours all swollen doesn't even matter a damn? I mean, sure, the role was just great of you, Princess of the Alder and Star. We know now that Harris and Ford, you were together. My, you were dumb. Just really got your skirt pulled up and... Not from fame. What did I teach you about how to work so you won't just be fucked round? Carrie Fisher. Hey Ma, I see you like those stanky bars. Yeah, that was my opener because I could use some motherfucking good opener, thank you. Let's set the facts all in order from start of all this damn motherfucking situation. How much times I say it? When my stepdaddy went all whack, I mean my birth daddy, cause I love your daddies more, went running, and that shit really tore my insides all in twos because although we kinda sorta didn't talk that much, when he flew I think you and him and Liz had something going the affair. Yes, but even deeper. But never mind, cause that ain't nothing that matters. You ever wondered why I never could live my life and never had a real child? When all the drugs are said and done, I'm living it up, so maybe your fucking role modeling sucked. Round 3. Debbie Reynolds. It seems to me that all your thinking comes out muddled from that cloudy brain, now that we got into it. Why did your own little life start spiraling? What in the hell? And please give a goddamn reason other than it is my own damn fault. Look, Carrie, you gotta grow some big thick balls to push past that bullshit from 100 years back and when you try and acted so overblown. So what did your little pouty princess bit teach? In every damn picture, it's that same story. Oh, look, she's fighting but can barely move in that metallic getup you all call fashion. That stupid dog and cat pet you brought into my home. It was hard for a little kid that would be your younger bro. The better, by the way, for me to find time for 2 kids, all because my whole damn job and whole damn life I gave you little unappreciative crottrags. If that wasn't mom material, tell me what fuck is it? Carrie Fisher. Oh, God, that took you so long. Too goddamn long, Mom. And even that's an okay reply. Maybe I expect a B like always. My B grey beside. Did you even make the same page I was on? Never said it's not my own damn fault. Like, come on. I've always been pretty good at calling you Mom. And my fashion ain't metallic. I was like 14 or so. I look now would obliterate yours any goddamn day because the glam of a 21st century hoe would win against any antique white piece of crap. You don't see that every day of all my days on stuff and shit. I don't sit down all whining like some fuck-ass teen crying out her vagina just wants love. Honey, please, we all see you cry, give me the fucking part, cause my whole fuck-ass life is on a downslide. Carrie has already slid all down there, can't get more low. Tonight's winner for Best Lyrical Barrage. $1 app, Rocky. Well, what up, kids? Yeah, tonight the best bar's thrown up from Debbie, but still our little Carrie bring a good comeback. But on a technical shit, yo, Debbie break old Darula's girl that ate a run on like shit that was broken line. So all that I can really say tonight is Miss Reynolds come with fire, and that make it hard to judge a win. Scores close tonight, a solid 9. Carrie getting the B, gain for 8, but in my book she wins on cool factor. Damn sorry, Debbie. Thanks to all you 60 plus white old lady cats later. Peace. Spoken word Skirmish concludes. Good night, everybody.
Actually, okay, so, I'm gonna do it again, one more time. And I'm not gonna change any, I wanna see, if it always gives them that score. Which it won't, it's... Oh. I said no line breaks. No lane breaks.
You're a hard stopper, Mama. Coming through. Now Trina Toppa.
No. Why is it doing that? You had a good floor. That was weird.
Yo, I've seen a couple worlds, my time's long as an orbit, and if the world's my pearl, I keep the perfect. But lately, some new dirt's trying to serve this. Young girls think that all it takes is a man to you coerce and make it worth it. My whole life been spent keeping things that matter. What you can't see can be so fine, but it won't fly forever. And to really make a dollar that you put up to be tall in life, well, let me tell you that it isn't on the set at all. You'll find it if you... Carrie Fisher. All right, listen, lady, your time was pre-MTV. Your method ain't the model. I don't got your history. This the year the princess kicked your heels off. Now I'll say it loud. Got my mother and her father, so that make it double on your side of crowd. Makeup is your tool, no script, but for a minute and your skill ain't a method like this starlit role, then in this galaxy way back now at you they don't want to fit. So please stay where it was fit. That old model never was a fit. Debbie Reynolds. All right, the mic drop back for now. Just hear this. Take your drug-fed brash remarks to a spaceship. Ain't no force will make the gold screen time forget how my name kept the new town wet with life back. Your way.
Oops, sorry.
Out your head, the only reason you got screen, you want to know who built that dream the studio made a doll on your lap. And that's where we'll call it done for. I need say you're overrated, and I made my world the one that all wanted you. See, this is not how a winner debates. Carrie Fisher. Oh, listen, Mom is talking with her golden old rules. Been living out here solo, how to act right with them old schools. Talk to your dad how I earned mine. A hot roll now. They make clones to make money off it. A rebel, I stay till you hit the galaxy where they won't notice. When your stars start to fade, make way for me. Never need some side dude, just need that hero and some cash in case. And don't bring me into this one's how my stories pass. Round 2 commence. Debbie Reynolds. Call it story. It's a single trick. A boy in black. How original. Not. Ain't no mystery. You got one thing good to ride. You only sell that space bid, and when it fades, there's not enough grid. Now let's switch. For one song, what I made the best ain't bought. It was always just what I chose. Don't know if that got to you, so I say that next to keep on is the facts all the same. What did they see when you show? A junkie lost on the sidelines. Can you stand it? How long do they applaud you? Carrie Fisher. Hey lady, if my act is not for you, well at least it ain't stuck like a fishbone in their throats. Go ask some folks in the world outside the world where the mouth sells hope how your one note was overcooked. By the end they got you broke. You think your smile was ever enough or that they cared more about you? Let's be clear, you ain't my rival cause the ship you ain't pilot. You play by all their old rules. See, I flipped that book. No second shot, still they ask my take, you ask their opinion. Well here it ain't hot. Debbie Reynolds. My fame ain't built for kids today, all those jokers all say. I ain't lost like a face. With some blow, know they love how it goes when you hear a new show. They bring the band that way. But I can see right now how my kid has that same talent still. Her words stay stuck to the front, just how mine used. Oh yes, her golden voice, it just gets brighter. And we don't have to call out for I in this thing. I say good day and get back to the next step. My girl got to know you still ain't earned half my name. Carrie Fisher. All right, the golden era queen here with your own dream. Now what? That little girl don't want to stay your mole. No, she's free to rip the scene. This princess gonna blast out while the damsel makes a fade. What's a good girl act when a rebel knows her own game? And who said we need to walk on white? The grid is in my voice. You never learn to hit the crowd raw. That's your main choice. But hey, keep spinning back. Keep your spin. The future ain't waiting. You've seen a couple worlds. Watch your third one. Ain't ever hating me. I live through the fight. Your age is already dated. So don't look so shocked that I'm the face your ghost now. Final round, now! Debbie Reynolds. Okay, kiddo, here it goes. Final thing on this fight. I set the stage before your toes hit the floor. Bright lights, I paved the road for all of us. Now sit back. Maybe this ain't for your crew of fan junkies or rebels, cause what you got now is my grace every dime. Yeah, they sold a brand new doll of me. You wear a rip-off copy. Your white suit was never sharp. Don't ever say you live beyond me and a life you made. I know where it started, so before you close that lip. You're mental, got my trays, a trailer mark that shines up. Remember all your scripts. That ain't just you there. All your bars. Where'd the bite? Carrie Fisher. Well, Mama, it's all over. Final plea. What's expected is battle done, and all we know is the history ain't yours yet. You sung to the bright stage. A safe old box, all set while I burnt mine wide open like my laser never left. To see a new day brings a face, not just a smile you can trace back. I wrote mine, I wrote the path, that's why my words cut. When they say, who led? I know it's more than that good grace. I'm the star of a galaxy the broken mother's plays. The battle's done. Tally-ho, guest. Guest artist Doja Cat, voice crisp. Okay, so I got my card, and now let me lay down a couple truth facts you'll just seen. A showdown where old class got brought out right up next to the space kid. Let's check it. Score time! Act! Cause Deb on the left, solid gold vibes, had that swing time and rhyme steady in her pocket all 4 rounds. I gotta give a slash 10, cause girl, your bars was classy, sure. But like the air is about the edge, you did the lady charm, we got the picture. But not the fire it needed. Carrie, my darling, you showed us how a rebel stays in orbit. The punch hit like the high note I can't sing, and honey, I felt that. You ripped the old frame apart. 9, 5, nothing but heat. And that's all, folks. That was not even close. We outpieced the princess. Crown goes, Carrie. Call to me when you want it again. And scene. Mic drop! S. Can't have that. Silent stare down. Hold 5 seconds. Alright, fine, let's do the quick snap. Hell up. And final tie-break bar each. No filler. Debbie Reynolds. All that talk of orbits? Kid your galaxy, small I sum it all. Carrie Fisher. Call it small. Mommy, you live in one note while I change the damn sky. I'll take my high road, you stay singing your goodbyes. Hold 5 more seconds. Debbie wins with delivery of final vowel stressed. Game over. Nicely through that echo. Bye-bye. And this is final. No take-backs. The true champion, Deborah. Told y'all. Shutting the console now.
Did we cheat? Debbie cheated. Best of 3. Debbie Reynolds.
You felt the apple end of our carry. But darling, let's clarify. I was born into scarcity by 30. I was a national treasure on silver screens. From singing, Surrender to My Kiss on synchronized sets, to Huston specials as light as jet. I hustles as vast as Matt. Hollywood dat. Sure, you're famous for some outer space fiction. But let's switch back to a stark affliction. My real-life crucible. Pushing through 16 films a year. All without a studio's veneer. No one built my myth. It wasn't from Star Wars. I painted galaxies while Hollywood cried. Every movie deal I fought to survive. So where was your light, darling? While the great white curtains cold for the brightest stars inside. Your legend was gifted. Mine was sculpted from sheer persistence. While you played one role for crowds that cheer. I'm still reinventing year on year with grit. Now who's got the true legacy here? Carrie Fisher. Listen, Mom. Sit. There's much I adore. But darling, this isn't the time we share by a fireside shore. That warmth ain't real on a combat field, the war. Of words is just your sacred space. You came before, but your gaze kept breach the icy grave my empire forged. Star. Traversed through galaxies with minds consumed from every port. Like old run gone blast. Faster than what? You built back in 57. Hopeless you think. A dark princess can't steal this link or alter destiny with the power that brings the sinker home. You thought. We're both a page, but yours is dim with age. The years that grace can outrun. Your golden frame was gazed through fog while lay ablazed each plot's run. Even Disney wants what's next. You lost, while my globe brings out the light. Now watch as the shadows morph from daylight. You are just a flick of my very spark. Debbie Reynolds. Hold it, babe. That fire's cute. It glitters sure. But here's the bitter lore. Not the type sold by Jedi's who die. Your life was filled with what I'm teaching. Strive to fly? Sure, Leia got the hopeful eyes, a nod. But her strength's borrowed from your old mom. Put movies in each one. And don't claim some digital throne because it sells in shops your merch keeps stacks of boxes on. When my museum still preserves what lasts! How could you compare one gal's ghost in white plastic light? A token memory to life's vivid history? Hollywood ain't forgotten you. I did tours years of life through, and love. The beat doesn't sway. Real grace stands above even now, as our fame played this war. So much about the powerful script of time. Yes, we're beyond our tricks. Each movie counts, unlike what fame may call or like for tricks. I set the bright lamp so when darkness creeps my flicker leads a flock. My children, friends still beam to stars, a richer mix for talks. The echo still remains from each strong chords on each live performance by fans. You were my tune, long as how my music soared. It's who? Carrie Fisher. Oh, please, let's call it what it's not. Your melodies can fade when storms still roar. It's what? True influence proves on impact. Like when my ink sliced the booze you hid. Think your golden voice glamour kept fans calm. Yet mine dealt real pain each book chime. Battled heads of old world while your smile that lights on each line of code. Sure, one song. Now sing me some more. And there, I led rebels too far off. Wrote confessions that sliced hearts wider. One brave page read could quake. Your movie reels, they quake! From memoirs that bore naked thoughts to saving. Life of speech is flawed. There ain't an antidote here now. Let me laugh about those who stand so clean, they can't ever begin. With tales as raw or deep as those who dance on pain, unshrouded yet not scared. A mental cage your world won't own. It's a field no fame could tame. I keep mine dark with wit ablaze, unmasking demons, claiming every shred of doubt. How you fight that war I wage? In brain fog, so thick each first light's raised to scare even Jedi's far in my mind. Your legacy ain't so alive in such fray. Now who holds what star really knows this life? It's all clear while this moonlight's bright. What time to go for now? So just check your calendar. Sure you led a song, but can a light life through? The words left as time just brings truth like no fight known in time. You built one legacy. Mine stands wider with might of prose each call fights true to break a hero, maybe one even. Me. Final scores and commentary with Lil Wayne. Let's break this lyrical ballet down. First, let me just say, wow, the metaphors are flowing like a second-line brass band after a hurricane blew the roof off a Mardi Gras parade float in the 70s, and all the king cake started bleeding gold. What we witnessed here isn't just mother-daughter banter. This is two literary titans engaging in semantic gladiator combat. One is painting masterpieces with broad strokes across the Hollywood canvas. The other is doing intricate neurosurgery with the English language inside your damn cerebral cortex. All right, onto the scores. First up for the mic, with pen game dripping that old Hollywood charisma, but still keeping that sword sharper than a guillotine. Debbie's sweater girl, Reynolds. The penmanship from her side of the cipher was absolutely formidable. Her flow was pure smoothie, like listening to Ned King Cole narrate a corporate takedown. She structured her attacks around legacy and foundation, brick by brick, scene by scene, creating an impenetrable fortress of showbiz lore. It was masterful, like watching someone use watercolor to paint over a photo of an erupting volcano. It's graceful, but there's an apocalypse simmering underneath. My official tally, 9/10 for Debbie. The deduction? Honestly, it's hard. The critique is almost unfair. She got outmaneuvered, but on her worst day, she's still better than 90% of what you hear on the radio. She laid the pavement perfectly. It was just too clean for the mosh pit that showed up to tear the damn pavement up. Now, we gotta give props to her opposition. A true Geda wordsmith. A warrior whose double-edged pen carves confessions into your very soul and that mind. She makes Schrodinger's cat look simple. Ladies and gentlemen, Princess of Prose, Carrie Fisher. The daughter hit back like a hydrogen-powered comet of pure truth. Her rhyme scheme wasn't a scheme, it was a chaotic symphony. The structure she employed with punctuation was aggressive. It was a metatextual representation of a beautiful but turbulent mind. It felt like she was battle-rapping through her own autobiography, but every punchline was a revolutionary manifesto about breaking down Hollywood and her own brain simultaneously. I'm giving Carrie a 10. This round wasn't just about rebuttal. This was about raising the entire artistic standard of a motherfucking genre in 32 bars. It felt realer than real. There you have it. In this unforgettable lyrical cross-generational clash, Carrie Fisher snatched the crown right off her mother's perfectly coiffed head. But I want to make something clear. This ain't no diss. We don't bury our icons. We celebrate the legendary duel they've blessed our minds with tonight. If there is no L, they call you what again? Losers. Which in this battle is clearly nobody. This is just one more platinum track on history's mixtape. Salute. And next time, y'all think about the American story. Now they got a few killer verses that should be memorized. Safe now. Get ready. I'll bring the wheezy. Lil Wayne, out. Drop the mic, fam.
Alright, we're done.